YouTube, Dawson Rider here with a review of the Legend Rider Arms Change set. This is a very special set in the Arms Change line, obviously, that is from the most recent movie war. If you don't know, the Arms Change figure have various arms you can switch on them. They've had various sets. We've got the Ichigo and Pine, which I still do not have, and then the Mango and Kiwi, but this special set has 4 different rider ones, which, as you can tell, look like the riders' heads. Let's go ahead and we'll take a quick look at the box before we move on to the review. It's pretty much basically the same as we've always been getting. These are obviously where they were, but you can actually see their symbols there. I got Fourze, double wizard nose there, so that's pretty neat. And then on the top it shows in-show images of what the rider arms look like, or in-movie images, and how they work. Same thing on the sides and whatnot, you get various pictures of what they look like. And then on the back here, yet again, you get some pictures of what they look like, and stuff from the other Arms Change line. So that's neat. So yeah, this is actually pretty cool. I'm usually not that much of a fan of this type of gimmick, you know, using the previous riders, but this one with the Arms Change actually ended up being pretty neat. I know they had, like, the people use wizard rings to summon them in the movie, which was kind of dumb, and I think for the Kamen Rider game they had a thing where the Fourze had like modules look like riders, which was neat, which would have been cool to see in the line. But anyway, that's enough babbling. Let's go ahead and just take a quick overview of them now. Obviously, right now, they're just kind of heads. They're not really doing anything. It's actually kind of a really nice way to display them. So if you're, you know, switching out your display every now and then, or don't want to display them on the riders, they actually look pretty nice on the shelf, like little rider statues. They fit together fairly well. You can see some of the lines here from where it, you know, comes together, but still, they don't look half bad. You can see Cyclone Joker symbols on there. So that's double, obviously. Whoops. And then you got O's here. And you can't really see his lines quite as much. Makes it sound like he's getting old and like I don't want you to see his wrinkles. And then we got Fourze here, who also looks pretty good. You can't really see his lines quite as well. For whatever reason, I have the most trouble putting double together. And just like before, they all have their little helmets in here for when you slide them onto the rider. They come on the outside when you don't, or when you first receive it, rather. So you have to put it in there. So I went ahead and put it in there for ease of transformation. And then here's Wizard, who's, you can open up his head to reveal his brain. So that's fun. So his probably is the second most one that you can tell the lines from that I have a hard time fitting together. But still, like I said, they look pretty neat, so if you don't want to display them in those modes or right now or anything, they don't look half bad as sort of little rider helmets, kind of like those little helmet series we've got. So I'm going to go ahead and show right now how, you know, what they look like on the person that they're supposed to go on, and then I will do a brief slideshow of all the other variations. Alright, so first we will start with Ryugen, because I'm going in this order. So to do it, you just pretty much do what you always do, and you push the arms on top and snap it onto his shoulders, and you get this cool bonus mode of seeing a giant rider head on an Arms Change figure, which I think is just pretty hilariously awesome. You could even display them like this if you wanted to. So then, you know, it's pretty typical, you just kind of unfold it. These are going to become the shoulders, fold it down like that. This piece here is going to fold all the way back, and you're actually going to take the head and kind of fold it back there. And then this will be the chest piece, which is clearly Cyclone Joker's. And then you got the helmet here. So Double and then Wizard are easily the most bland. They do have some sort of neat looking combinations, but despite, you know, Double being one of my favorites, he has the most bland Arms Change. I mean, his helmet is pretty boring. There's nothing to it or anything. You can see there they have the different colored eyes, which is neat, but it's not something you can really notice unless you're close up to it. The color for this obviously kind of fits with it, but yeah, I just find it to be the most overall bland of the bunch. I guess it just has some cool ones though. But just because it doesn't have anything quite as defining. I don't know if they could have maybe included antennas. That might have been cool. I don't know. Maybe they could have done something. Alright, next up. Where is he? Alright, we got Baron with O's. So let's pop him on there. I don't know why. It's always Baron's stuff that I have a hard time clicking on there. And there we have Giant O's head. Sorry. It just looks so funny. Alright, so now we're going to unfold again. So, just give me a second. Kind of got to unclick everything. They all have like little various clicks. Not like, you know, they're in high school and they have clicks. So fold this back. I don't want that to be quite folded back like that. Fold these down. And then this chest piece is going to be the typical Takatora. And there you have O's, or O's Baron rather. And his looks a little more interesting because he's kind of got this design going on here, so he almost looks like a cat, which is kind of funny. So he creates a lot more interesting of forms than Double did, who's a bit more basic. So he looks pretty neat, I have to say. And these are the ones they're using in the movie, unless they did some other ones I don't know about. But yeah, and then the slideshow will include the other ones. And then we've got Fourze and Zangetsu, which is a really funny combo. It's really going to look cool, I mean, but I think Shuki said it's funny, it's kind of ironic, because Zangetsu's like, at least right now, the meanest rider, and then you have like the friendliest rider of all time. And that just looks awesome on its own. But I just think it's kind of funny. But the combo you'll see here, and you obviously just saw it on the box, but is probably my favorite of the bunch. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to unclick them properly. There we go. So fold that back, throw the arms down, kind of got the little thrusters there. Forward, and ta-da! Zangetsu Fourze is pretty awesome looking. Like, he looks pretty badass, I have to say. That's pretty neat looking. He's got this giant cone back here, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I really dig this form quite a bit. Alright, and let's make sure he stands and doesn't fall over. And then lastly, we've got... Damn it! Make sure it doesn't fall over. Alright, we got it. Falls over. What a jerk, right guys? What a jerk. Okay, now he can stand. Now we've got Gaim and O's. So the current rider with the last current rider. And Wizard and his big head. Now we can do Wizard Brain for sure. For whatever reason, whenever there's something that involves some sort of big brain thing, it always reminds me of that episode of Jimmy Neutron when Sheen had the giant head. I don't know what I'm talking about. Or if anyone even knows what I'm talking about. And there we have Wizard Gaim, which doesn't look half bad. Probably the second most bland, because Wizard's helmet doesn't have anything interesting about it. But you can sort of see the red a little bit better there, and he's got these sort of cool shoulder pads. And it looks pretty neat. I still... Doubles is definitely the most basic, but he's the second most basic. If I had to rate them just based on interest, well, at least in these forms, they're probably 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 being the highest for whatever reason. But yeah. So this is pretty much the main setup of riders you get if you just do the combinations from the movie. But now we'll take a brief look at all the other combos you can do. So that was pretty neat. As you can see, these arms add a lot of different combinations you can do with your AC figures, which is really cool, which is like I've said in many reviews before, it's why I really love this line. Adds a ton of playability to everything, especially this set. You can just add so much more to it, and even more down the line with the other ones that release. So yeah, if you really like this line or these forms, I can definitely recommend it. I had a lot of fun with the set. I think it's really neat, adds a lot of different variations to your figures, and they can even look pretty cool on display on their own. So yeah, if you collect the AC figure, definitely a recommendation from me. So anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure to check out the Crazy Podcast at ridersrangersrambles.com. Until next time, it's Awesome Rider, signing out.